4-1. 4-1 at Old Trafford. I know we've had frustrating games this season. We have had frustrating games this season, but this is by far the most frustrating game and most annoying to watch. How can we do so well in a game and still lose 4-1? How? How can we do that? This was a disappointing performance. We played very, very well in the first half. Even the second half too, we were good in the second half. We played very well in the first half. We're by far the better team in the first half. And yet we went to the halftime 2 goals down. How? How is this happening? You can't even blame Lampard for this game. Yes, he's to blame for other losses, but I don't think you can even blame him for this game. He started players that we wanted to see play. He started Madueke, he started Modric, he started Kani. We'll talk about Kani later. Started Kani, Chukwuemeka. He played with Lewis Hall on the left-hand side. Probably the only one that people didn't want to see was Aspi and Gallagher. Apart from that, he did well. The lineup was good. I didn't see a lot of complaints about the lineup for once in Lampard's time at Chelsea. I didn't see any complaints about the lineup. It was up to the players. Do the job. Do the job. The first half was so good in the first half. We were very, very good in the first half, but we couldn't score any goals. The number of times we're finding the ball behind that Man United defense was a lot. Manchester United were not good today. I know Man United fans would also even agree. They were not good today, but they did the job. They scored their chances. The chances that they got, they scored. We didn't score them. We missed 3 good chances in the first half. That was 3 good chances, 3 goals gone. And Madrid started. I don't even know. I don't even know what we need to do in Madrid. Then let's not start him again. Let him always come from the bench, because it looks like whenever he comes from the bench, he's good. Look at Felix. It's worked well for him. Anytime he comes from the bench, he has scored a goal. I think so far, anytime he comes from the bench, he scored a goal. And Modric is the same. Modric, when he comes from the bench, he adds more aggression to the game. He adds more pace to the game. But whenever he starts, he's lost. We can't find him. We don't know what he's doing. And when he does get a chance, he rockets the ball over the bar, or he misses the chance. I'm really, really hoping that when Pochettino comes, he unlocks something in these players, because Modric has so much potential, but he's not utilizing it. The first chance he had, I don't know what he's doing. Like, Lewis Hall could have easily had like 2 or 3 assists today. What was he trying to do? Just hit the ball. Just hit the ball in the net. Just hit the ball in the net. You are the only one there in front of De Gea. Just hit the ball in the net. You didn't even draw a save from him. You couldn't even draw a save from him. I don't know why he wanted to side foot the ball, and he placed it wide. Why? A number of good plays that we had leading up to those chances were very, very good. The second chance that we had fell to Gallagher. Gallagher had like 2 or 3 chances in this game, in the first half, all squandered. But the best one was when I think Madueke made a good run on the right hand side, and he was able to find Havertz. And Havertz pass was too strong for Gallagher, but at the same time too, Gallagher too was also way ahead of Havertz. I don't know what these players are doing. It doesn't feel like they've played at all before. It doesn't feel like it. Like, there's no synergy in that attack. It seems like they are all playing their thing. Do they train? Do they even train? If they trained, they would know where their players are without even looking and checking whether the players are there or not. They would know. If they have played for some time in training, they would know. They would be aware of their each other's movements. But it seems like they are all doing their own thing on the pitch. When we get into that penalty box, the passes that we give are so poor. The passes that we give are always poor. I don't know what it is that we want. Lewis Hall was excellent today. I don't want to get to Lewis Hall here. I don't want to slate these attackers. These attackers have been disappointing. And to be honest, even if we have the best manager in the world, if we don't score goals, we are not going anywhere. We are still always going to finish in the middle of the table. This game was a game that we could have won. Man United was so bad. They even played their best 11, and they were still bad. They still look bad. Man City are going to slaughter them in the FA Cup final. Man City, if they are going to play this team and they are going to play like this in the FA Cup final, Man City is going to slaughter them. And we couldn't even take advantage of their performance. We just needed to score. That was our problem today. That was our problem, and that was it. We just needed to score. If we had scored our chances, there wouldn't be so much pressure on the defense. I'll get to the defense. The defense are not off the hook. They did some horrible mistakes today. They are not off the hook today. But I'm just saying that if we had scored our goals, there wouldn't be pressure on the defense, because once we are not scoring and once we are missing chances, it gives them the impetus to continue attacking. When they attack, they're going to put pressure on us, because whenever we miss a chance, then they would attack more. But we're just missing chances left and right, center. And then the other chance, the last chance that we missed was Havertz. Another beautiful cross from Lewis Hall, and then he headed it wide. He couldn't even draw a save. I think the one time I saw that we drew a save was from Lewis Hall, and even that shot when it came at first, I thought it was Modric because of the power behind it. But Lewis Hall did extremely well. In the second half, he had a strike, and unfortunately, it was directly at De Gea who made a save, and then Modric rather fluffed his shot and it deflected, but De Gea still saved it. And it's just frustrating. This season is so frustrating. It has been a bad season. It has been a poor season. I think this is one of our worst seasons ever since I started supporting Chelsea. It's not even one of. This is our worst season ever since I started supporting Chelsea. But it just doesn't look. It doesn't look good. It's not looking good, bro. Like the English say, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And it's just one game left. Thank God there's just one game left, so we can put this horrible season behind us. I know a lot of Chelsea fans are going to remember this season, even though we want to forget the season very, very quickly. The only thing that will let us forget this season very quickly is if we start winning games again next season. But yeah, the season has been poor. That is also poor. So now let's go to the defense. The defense, Fofana. Let's talk about Chalobah first. Chalobah's mistake, he failed to mark Sancho. The ball came in from Bruno Fernandes and somehow went past Chalobah and reached Sancho, and Sancho was able to cross it across the face of goal, and it reached Martial, who slotted it in, and that was 2-0, and that was down to Chalobah. The rest of the other 3 goals were Fofana. The rest were Fofana, and I don't know what Fofana ate before playing this game, but he was just so bad in this game. He was just being outrun. He was nutmegged like more than once in the game. He was beaten more than once in the game. And the first goal was him. He wasn't marking Casemiro well. He wasn't marking. I don't know where this zonal marking thing came from. We've been doing zonal marking from Tuchel's time up till now. I don't know what it is that we discovered from zonal marking that we've been doing this thing for a very long time. We should be marking this players man to man. If somebody was marking Casemiro man to man, there wouldn't be any problem. But Fofana was rather standing behind Casemiro instead of standing in front of Casemiro to block that chance from coming. He was standing behind him. How can you head the ball away when you're standing behind him? And Casemiro slotted it, and Kepa couldn't do anything about it. He was just standing there, and the ball went in. He was just rooted to the spot, and the ball went in. And then the third goal, the penalty. What was Fofana thinking? What? You've been nutmegged. I know. As a footballer, you would hate when any player nutmegs you. It's disgraceful. It's bad. But why do you clip him? Let him go. There were. This is the thing I don't understand when I see this kind of penalty shouts. There were defenders right in front of him. Chalobah was right in front of him. Chalobah could have stopped him. Give Chalobah that chance. But because he has nutmegged you and he has gone by you, you don't want to see him go. And Bruno Fernandes is going to act that out to his fullest. Once he feels the touch, he's going to fall down. He's going to jump down. He did that in the first half, and he didn't get a penalty. And that was also Fofana. Fofana clipped him. There was a touch, but it wasn't an intentional touch like this one. This one was intentional. This one, he clipped him, and he fell. He added some to it, but he fell, and there was a touch. So it doesn't matter whether he added some to it. He could have clipped him, and he could have jumped in the sky and fallen down. He still touched him. So it's definitely a penalty. I didn't even watch the penalty to even see how it went, and he scored. But then the last mistake, he gave the ball away, and it reached Rashford, and Rashford scored. I think Kepa tried to save. He stopped it the first time, but he couldn't stop the second time, and then I think Kepa also did well. I know Kepa conceded 4 goals, and it's weird for me to say he did well. But if it wasn't for Kepa, we would have lost 7 or 8, because after the 4th goal came, the number of saves that he made was a lot. He made a lot of good saves, and even the crossbar also helped us, because earlier on in the second half, Bruno Fernandes struck the crossbar, and then I think Garnacho also hit the crossbar. Garnacho was very, very aggressive in this game. I don't know why he was doing that, but probably trying to secure a place in the starting lineup, but he was very, very aggressive in the game. He was the kind of player that we wanted our players to be like, because our players were not really that aggressive going forward, especially in the second half. Especially when the third, fourth goal came in, we're not really aggressive going forward. So when Lampard did the changes, it was understandable a bit, because Pulisic came in, he added a lot of fights. Felix came in, he added a lot of aggression, and he scored a goal too as well. And then Ziyech also came in and also did the same. Ziyech was the one who found Felix, and Felix went to score a goal. It was a very good pass from Ziyech, but yeah, this game disappointing all around. I just don't know. I just want Lampard, like just Lampard's return has been terrible. It has been very, very hard. You guys know I wanted him to succeed. I was rooting for him. It hasn't worked. He's left with one more game. Even though he hasn't been good this season, he's still going to get a good team, because I don't know the charm Lampard has. Lampard has that kind of charm to just talk his way into a good job, and I'm hoping that next time he gets a good job somewhere, he does very, very well, because I don't know, this second coming has just destroyed his reputation so badly, because it's combined with the record that he had, the poor record that he had at Everton, and it doesn't look good at all. It doesn't look good at all. The way he played was very, very good. Our passing was very good, the attack was very good, but the finishing lacking, the final pass lacking. 5 draws in a row with United in the Premier League, and yeah, they finally broke that streak. They finally broke that draw streak in demeaning fashion. And before that, before the five games, we beat them in the FA Cup, I think 2-0 or 2-1, and then after the 5 games, they've won 4-1. Yeah, that's been it for my review. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, it's all over the place because I'm frustrated. I didn't even write any notes for this game, because it was a poor performance. I usually write some notes and I follow some bullet points. No, not for this game. I just wanted to riff off. So sorry for the disorganized video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Thank you so much for the support. Like this video if you enjoyed it to the end. Subscribe to as well if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, stay safe.